Cosmo Logic here. Relationships. You know, in my journey, I've learned the hard way that you should not rush to get in a relationship. You should take your time. Because one of the worst things to me when it comes to dating is when you rush getting in a relationship and you're dating someone for several months, maybe even years, and then the breakup happens and you look back on it and you was thinking like, damn, all of that bullshit, all of the drama, all of the chaos could have been avoided had I been a little bit more patient, you know, and I've been through that. And I know other people have been through that. I think, you know, people rush into relationships because of like loneliness, fear of judgment. Like if you have several friends, maybe they're in deep committed relationships, maybe they're married, and maybe you're the only single person or one of the few single people in the circle, in the social circle or the little clique you have. And, you know, people fear being judged like, oh, so-and-so, why haven't you found anyone? Oh, so-and-so, why aren't you married? You fuck all that. Don't be concerned with other people are doing or what they're going to think about what you're doing, you know, and loneliness. It's just like you got to fight loneliness. There are an abundance of creative, strategical ways to deal with loneliness because, see, like negative emotions, they will drive you to the wrong person. A lot of people are single right now. They don't want to be single. There ain't nothing wrong with not wanting to be single. But there are these people out here right now. They're single. They don't want to be single. And negative emotions are overtaking them. And so they're on dating sites and they're talking to people and they're gonna be led to the wrong person, all because they're very anxious to get in a relationship. One thing I've learned the hard way in life, but that I'm thankful I learned though, is to appreciate being single. I'm 35. I made a lot of mistakes early on in my dating journey, but at 35 now, I can say I'm happily single. I was in a relationship earlier in this year, but now I can say I'm happily single. When I say I'm happily single, it doesn't mean I'm not looking for a relationship or I'm not open to one. It just means that I'm so focused on myself in such a positive way that the negative things that used to bother me before when I was single don't bother me. You know, I'm not worried about like loneliness. I'm not worried about fear of judgment or any of that. I'm doing me. And as I do me, and if I meet some interesting women, you know what I'm saying, I'll take my time. Because one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to waste my time and I don't want to waste no one else's time, you know. And for me, it's like, I think a lot of people with relationships too, you know, they end up in a lot of failed relationships because they built the relationship off of looks. You know, they built it off of lust. You know, you see a beautiful person and you're like, oh, they're beautiful. I can marry that person. I can be with that person. But it's like that beauty doesn't define who they really are. You know, that's one of the great lies of life, the great lies of society. What we look like defines who we are. Now, who we are is the makeup of our mind and our heart. You can't see a person's mind and heart from the outside. You got to take your time and get to know them. But so many people rush into relationships and they built their relationships off of the lust. They built their relationships off of the physical. You know, I've learned from all of those mistakes. And so it's like now I won't rush. I meet women who are interested in me and I'm interested in them. And they might show me signs that they want to build a relationship now, but I'm like, no, because it's still too early, you know, and I don't want to break a person's heart. Because one thing about me is if the relationship is just hellacious, I'm going to leave. You know what I'm saying? Self-preservation is the first law of nature. And I'm going to always preserve my peace of mind. Everybody should be like that. Every man, woman should be about preserving their peace of mind. If you're in a relationship and you've tried to communicate and you've tried to make it work and it's just still hellacious, it's still chaotic, it's still drama-filled, leave. Don't feel bad about breaking someone's heart because in a relationship, the maintaining of peace have to be mutual. And if you're trying to maintain peace and they're not, then for the sake of your peace, you have to leave. Yeah, their heart might be broken, but at the same time, it's really not you breaking their heart. They're breaking their own heart because they wasn't trying to maintain peace. But a lot of bullshit, you know, we face in relationships, a lot of failed relationships, all that can be avoided, in my humble opinion, if you learn how to just be happily single. Be happily single. Take your time. Be focused on your goals. Goals, that's another thing. If you're in a relationship and all of a sudden you stop chasing your goals, all of a sudden you stop working towards individual self-improvement, it's like, that's a problem. I've been in relationships, and then when I got out of them, I would look back on the relationship. I was like, you know what? Damn, I didn't achieve none of my goals when I was in that relationship. I know I really didn't improve as a person when I was in that relationship. That's one thing about me. I like to take my time, get to know a woman. I want to make sure that this is a woman where it's going to be a mutual exchange of positive energy between us. It's going to be a mutual exchange of supporting each other in individual growth and in the achievement of each other's goals, So this is just my little rant on relationships. I'm happily single. I'm looking for the right woman, not the one, because I don't believe in there's just one person for you out there. I believe that there are people out there who are highly compatible with you, and there are people who aren't. So just be happily single. You know what I'm saying? Focus on improving yourself, focus on your goals, and just take your time getting to know people. And some of the people who don't turn out to be very compatible with you for a relationship, maybe they'll be compatible enough for a friendship. You know what I'm saying? But if you find yourself in a relationship right now that's filled with chaos and drama, and you're trying to make peace and the other person isn't interested in peace, or you're not improving as a person, or you're not achieving your goals, maybe you need to think about stepping away from that relationship. At the end of the day, I just want to promote people. Don't fear being single. See the beauty in being single. You can take your time, get to know people, get to know yourself, and, build something beautiful with the right person you meet in time. This is just my little rant about relationships. Cosmo Logic out. Peace, prosperity.